Well, just like that, a few short hours from my first video, I am back to break down the devastating breaking news that Coby White has come down with a positive case of the COVID-19 virus, along with LeBron James also coming down with COVID-19 last night. I figure I should touch on that since we're already talking about Coby White. But before we get into that, if you missed the video earlier today, welcome to my new channel. My name is Caleb. I am an artist under the name Apex Frazier, and I'm also an avid NBA fan, hence the name NBA Apex. If you're new here, which all of you are because I just started today, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. If you want to watch the video first, then you're more than welcome to do that. Now, Coby White, the Bulls 2019 draft pick, number 7 pick, missed the beginning of the season with a shoulder injury. He had been recovering from a surgery that took place in the summer, and he had just looked to start getting back into the swing of things. He's played less than 10 games, and then we get this terrible news that he has tested positive for COVID after Nikola Vucevic just came back a few games ago from a positive case of COVID as well. Now, the Bulls are a fully vaccinated team, so this could be asymptomatic. We don't know. We hope and pray for Coby's sake that he doesn't suffer from at least severe symptoms from COVID and he can come back as soon as possible. But I want to talk about what this means for the Bulls in the near future, and unfortunately what it can mean for Coby White for the rest of the season. Now, as I mentioned, Coby had missed the beginning of the season with that shoulder injury, and he was kind of struggling. Every now and then he would have good games, such as the Knicks game last week, which, by the way, we're going to play the Knicks again later this week, and we really could use Coby White for that, because what Chicago has lacked the most this season has been bench scoring and really scoring all around. We've had a really good defense thanks to Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso, a couple other guys at Coby's position. But we were really hoping that Coby could come in and make a difference for us off the bench in a sort of like Lou Williams light mold. And that has been the case a couple games, but like I said, he's been kind of struggling, which is to be expected. If you're not able to play basketball for 5 or 6 months, how are we as fans supposed to come in and expect you to average 20 off the bench? Now, thank God, our second round draft pick, Ayo Dosunmu, has been killing it this year. And honestly, I expect nothing more than for Billy Donovan to give Ayo most of Coby's minutes, if not all of them, maybe along with more minutes for Javonte Green, Derrick Jones Jr., now that Vooch is back. I'm just hoping we can stay afloat for the next 10 days or so. Or at least until Coby can have 2 negative tests in 24 hours. That's the NBA protocol. We have the Knicks this weekend and then the Nets the next day. We could definitely use a scorer off the bench for both of those games, but let's hope Lonzo, Zach, and the rest of the guys have come to play. As far as what this means for Coby White as far as the season goes and his development still to come, it's not looking great, honestly. A lot of Bulls fans already wanted him traded because of his struggles, which is a little premature to me, but it doesn't sit well right now considering how well Ayo has been playing, considering we brought in 2 point guards in the offseason. It's not looking great for Coby, so we wish him a speedy recovery, and things to come could be good or bad depending on how well this recovery goes and how well Ayo and the rest of the team plays with him gone. Now, transitioning into the Lakers a little bit, last night it was announced that LeBron James has also tested positive for COVID-19. We are still not sure if he has the vaccine or not. The Bulls are a fully vaccinated team, but the Lakers do not appear to be. Either way, you gotta wish LeBron the best, hope that he can come back soon, because the Lakers, for some reason, struggle without him on the floor, even though they have Anthony Davis, who's supposed to be a top 10 player in the NBA, and he has not lived up to the hype the last couple of years. Tell you what, though, the Lakers are probably really wishing they had Caruso back, but unfortunate for them, he has found a home in Chicago. I'm not sure what the Lakers' record is right now. I believe it's 10-11 or 11-11, but they are floating towards the bottom of the play-in right now. Of course, you expect them to come back strong, maybe in the back half of the season or at least somewhere here soon. But hopefully Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis can keep you afloat until LeBron comes back, because you cannot afford to lose many more games. Whereas the Bulls are the 2 seed right now, but it is a tight Eastern Conference, and I feel like like if they do start to go on a bit of a losing streak, it could really mess with them. I'm actually going to see the Bulls play live later this month in Toronto. I'm super excited for that. Hopefully Coby White will be back. He should be back by that game, but I would love to see him because I've always kind of felt connected to Coby. I grew up a North Carolina Tar Heels fan, actually, which is where Coby went to college. And I'm obviously a diehard Bulls fan, so I feel like the last guard that the Bulls drafted from UNC in the first round turned out to be pretty good. I've always had high hopes for Coby. One more thing real quick about the Bulls. This morning it was announced that the NBA had come to a conclusion on the Lonzo ball tampering situation. We have been docked a second-round draft pick for tampering before the off-season began, And, honestly, it could be a lot worse than a second-round draft pick, so I think we should be happy with that as Bulls fans. Also, the Miami Heat had the same punishment for the Kyle Lowry sign-in trade, so I would say the Heat are pretty happy with that as well. All right, I will be back to break down more NBA news at some point in the near future. If you're new here, please remember to subscribe, leave a like rating, and yeah, until next time, peace.